this mother? Girls, who run the world, girls? 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 Who run the mother? Who run this mother? Who run the world? Who run the world? Who run the world, girls? 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 Hi, Destiny Touch of Glamour. How are you doing? You see, the last time YouTube actually blocked my music. So you see what? I work out a different way this evening. So you see, I was still able to have my music and thing. Anyway, let me calm down. And I say, guys, hola, buenos días, buenos tardes, buenos noches. ¿Me? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Estás? ¿Me? Muy bien, gracias. Okay, guys. So for those who probably don't know a bit of Spanish, I was actually greeting you in Spanish. Hola means hello. Buenos dias, actually saying good day. Buenos tardes is good afternoon. Buenos noches is used for good evening and good night. When I said, ¿Cómo estás? I was actually saying, how? When I said, me, I'm saying, oh, me. Like you're asking me, how am I doing? And I actually say, muy bien, gracias. I'm saying, I'm good. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just making myself a little more comfortable, as you know. So I don't think I'm comfortable as yet. Let me make some adjustments, then I can sit. Because once I'm comfortable, then we can actually talk. That's much better to make some space to actually move around. I was actually enjoying that music. Beyonce, one of my favorite songs from her, Who Run the World Girls. And of course, because we are talking about the topic, a step backward for women, I know that a lot of you are actually keen to know exactly what I'm talking about. I know that some people are probably upset about the topic, but of course, it will all make sense to you very, very soon. But I don't want to start off on a negative note. I want to start off on a positive note because I've actually seen where some ladies have made progress, something really good to celebrate. And so I'm going to bring them to your attention. So let me see. So in the Jamaica Observer online, I actually saw where the headline Reverend Merlin Hyde Riley appointed JBU's first woman general secretary. And this is the Baptist tradition shattered. And it says, academic and social activist Reverend Merlin Hyde Riley on Saturday smashed Baptist tradition after she was elected the first woman general secretary in almost 2 centuries of the Jamaican Baptist movement, renowned for its fight against slavery. So, right away, you see that women are actually making progress. So I'm starting off, and there was another good news story that I actually saw for women. Now, my kings, men, don't get jealous. Remember that a medical doctor, will actually be joining the Destinies family over the weekend, where he'll actually be addressing topics to do with men's health. So for today, another good news story. Before I actually, go into what I've seen that has caused me to think that such move would mean a step backward for women when it comes to equality. So here's another one, which is a good one. 5 Jamaican American women sworn in at US Supreme Court. One of the exciting highlights of Black History Month, which for those who did not know, that was in February in the United States, was the swearing in of 5 Jamaican American women, among other women, allowing them to make appearances before the Supreme Court of the US in Washington, D.C. So, of course, women continue to make progress. And of course, in light of, in terms of actually moving forward with equality. But something I actually saw in the newspaper actually caused me to think that it's actually not a good move, what I have seen. And Spanish, it says Spain's cabinet on Tuesday approved a bill that grants paid medical leave for women menstrual leave from okay. So what they're saying is that Spain is actually considering when the legislation is going to be brought before Parliament. So it has not been passed as yet. And what they want to do is to make it to see menstrual, discomfort as a sickness where ladies could actually get up to 3 days off per month around the time of their menstrual cycle. Now, I know that some people probably are thinking, okay, but you're a woman, you should be happy about this. No, hear me out. Why I think this is not a step in the right direction. Okay, so when you look at it, the employment sector is very tricky. And if you know anything about employment law, then you'll understand what I'm saying. It's really, really tricky. And already some women are actually struggling to actually get promotion because of certain things that comes with being a lady. And I'm going to explain. So if we're talking about women being entitled to 3 days off per month on sick leave during around the time of their menstrual cycle, when you look at it, 3 weeks, 3 days per month, each month, 12 months in the year, 3 times 12, 36 extra holidays, 36 extra days off. When you look at it, if we are going to fight for equality, right, and fairness in the workplace, this is not a step in the right direction. Why am I saying that? Already, for those who were not aware of it, some employers are already a bit wary, about employing females of a certain age, childbearing age group. When they get older as well, women just have it a bit harder. So you may say, why would ladies of childbearing age struggle? Because of biology. The lady will carry the child. So of course, the employers already know that, look, chances are the lady will get pregnant. When the lady gets pregnant, of course, sometimes they have to make like certain adjustments within the workplace, which is the law, right? On top of that, sometimes we are really sickly during pregnancy. So, of course, extra sick leave comes in on top of actually the adjustments that is being made at work. After the child is born, the lady takes a little time off as well, as is the law when it comes on to maternity leave. Now, why is that a problem for some employers? Because of the need to stop and start employment because of, to do with maternity, to do with pregnancy. What you find is that the female sometimes is always almost like starting over because while you are away, someone else will be picking up your work. So when you come back, it takes a bit of time for some people to totally get back into the rhythm of things. So, unlike the person who is always there, where the employer actually gets a chance to see what the person is capable of, when it comes time for promotion, sometimes the ladies are overlooked. Mind you, it is much, much better now, right? But if an employer has a choice, right? If they say, okay, we can deal with what happens during pregnancy with maternity leave, but on top of that, we're going to have to think about the extra leaves if the menstrual cycle leave has to come into play as well. Mind you, there are laws. But if any of you know anything about employment law, you know that there are some gray areas. Of course, when it comes on to discrimination and thing, only if you can prove that it is a discrimination why you were not given some things or why you were not employed. It is really, in some cases, it is really hard for you to actually prove it. Like I have said, there are some gray areas. So, of course, the law will say, okay, there needs to be a balance in terms of male employees, female employees, young employees, old employees, or more mature employees. There needs to be a balance in terms of ethnicities, within the workplace. However, there are some minimum guidelines. So, what you will find is that employers could choose to use the route of just going by the minimum guidelines so as not to have to deal with all these, different holidays that ladies will have to take. That is only if the legislation goes ahead. So that is why I'm saying, no, totally, that is like a step that's like going backward because we are all fighting for equality. If we are saying, okay, ladies should be treated equally, having these extra holidays actually is not a step in the right direction, right? If you look into it, although the law, what they are saying, what they're proposing is that, okay, if there is to be someone is to go off on sick leave 3 days per month that they're entitled to, they would have to come in with a medical certificate. But that type of sick leave is not actually borne by the company itself. That will be statutory, right? So it means that the money that you will get for that type of sick leave off is going to be like the bare money minimum that the state provides for. So that is one area. If it's going to be like the mere minimum that the state provides, and you know that the employer will not be paying from their pocket for the time when you're off, then perhaps that will discourage people actually taking advantage of that type of leave, right? So that is something that probably will discourage. But I am going back to say, look, if this is going to come into play, then you could see why some employers would probably consider actually employing more male employees already. And I have already said that, when it comes on to leadership, sometimes ladies have to jump through hoops. They have to work a bit harder. Well, seemingly have to work a bit harder to actually get that recognition, not because the ladies are not capable, but because of all the other things that is taken into consideration. Because, sometimes they say that ladies are actually emotional. So that is why, some things are actually overlooked. But just to say, I don't think, and I know that some of my ladies, ladies will not agree with me on this one, but I think that if Spain was to go ahead with this sick leave to do with around your menstrual cycle, then of course it would not be a step in the right direction. Mind you, I understand and I know, because I know of people who actually have, like, really painful menstrual cycles. So I see where they could benefit from it. But of course, we already know that companies actually we are entitled to sick leave, put it that way. But if you are going to have like this extra 36 days at your disposal, so what will the men get, to balance it out if we are talking about equality? You see what I mean? So on one hand, we cannot be saying equal, we want to be treated equal. And on the other hand, then they are doing something that is going to could come across as if we are not being treated equal as well. We have to be fair about it. So hopefully, I don't know what you think, my Destiny family. It would be interesting to hear what you think. So, of course, in the comment section, if you disagree with what I've said, in thinking that actually this is a step, it's almost like a step back for women if this legislation was to go ahead. If you disagree, of course, just write your comments in the comment section of this video. And of course, I will respond to it. So let me know what you think, my family. And if you are watching, or if it's the first time that you're seeing one of my videos and you have not subscribed to the channel, I would say welcome to the Destiny family. Subscribe. We deal with topics of importance to the family. So we are here to give information and to educate each other as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, my family, and welcome to all the new people who have actually joined the family. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the week, my family, and I look forward to actually seeing your comment. Drop a like on the video as well. Thank you, everybody. Bye.